It's working now. I see something coming. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Arcane. I see a note in the chat. Trust Score says he doesn't hear any audio from you. Hopefully that's fixed. I hope your headphones. You have to do that over again. Okay. Are you doing it now?
Hello. Okay. Now I think now I'm with. Okay. Yeah, I didn't change the microphone. That's that's amazing. Okay, let's start over. Hi guys. I've been doing some videos for the BA tabletop simulator mode. We have done this last month, and David contacted me so we could make a triumph mod for tabletop simulator. So first of all, I have to learn how to play, and I thought, well, it would be nice to have it recorded on YouTube in case anyone would like to learn with me. So thank you so much, David and Rod, and welcome to this video.
Thanks for having us, Arcane.
Well, what I wanted to do now is to speak in Spanish a bit, in case any Spanish viewers is right now with us, and later we will start. I'll be talking in English the whole time, except for times that Spanish people is asking me questions, but the rest of the time I'll be talking in Spanish. Here we have, okay. Hola a todos, no sé si tenemos por aquí a alguno de los españoles, veo que estáis Aitor, J. Pelvis, fantástico. Nada, vamos a aprender cómo jugar a Triumph. Vamos a hacer, en principio el proyecto es hacer un mod de Triumph para TTS. Me contactó directamente David de la Washington Grand Company, que son los que hacen el propio reglamento, y he dicho, bueno, pues lo voy a subir, de modo que tenemos un poco cómo funciona el juego, y esto es muy interesante para mí. Y yo creo que todos los que no sepáis jugar lo podéis utilizar también. Si tenéis cualquier duda, me podéis hablar. Y si puedo, os contestaré y le preguntaré a esta gente. Así que bueno, esta es la cámara que vamos a ver. Está un poco borrosa por ahora, pero tenemos la parte del iPhone que se nos irá acercando. De modo que bueno, espero que os guste. Cualquier cosa que me queráis decir, lo decís en el chat sin ningún problema. Voy a estar todo lo atento que pueda, aparte de intentar ganar la partida, que va a ser una tarea imposible, yo creo. Okay, guys, I think we are good to go.
Okay, I got. That gave me a minute to go get the army list. So, do you want me to introduce the armies today?
Please, yes.
All right. So today we're going to be playing 273 BC classical armies. We have Roman, Camillian Roman versus Pyrrhic. Okay. And the forces that we have in front of us will be, these are right off of Meshwesh, by the way, if you want to go look at the army list on Meshwesh.
Okay.
We have elite foot for the Romans. We have heavy foot, jav cav general, a light foot, 4 rabble,
Okay.
and then of course a camp. And in this case, we have a fortified camp. So this camp actually has the fortified battle card.
Okay.
So it's a little harder to take because it's a Roman camp. And then we have for Pyrrhus.
Hold on, Rod.
Go ahead.
What about the hold the line?
Oh, I'm sorry. We have hold the line. And David, I did not get my cards out. I'll make up a card while we're
No worries.
in interim.
Also, we're going with the bad horse general.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't read out the list. I assumed it's bad horse general. It's the high quality bad horse general.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. So for Pyrrhus, we have a block of pike. So we have 4 stands of pike.
Okay.
We have 4 units of rabble. We have 2 units of heavy foot. These are Tarentine hoplites, so heavy foot. And he is a jav cav general. 2 units of jav cav, and then an elephant, just because you got to have an elephant on the table when you're playing with Pyrrhus. For fun. And no battle cards applied to this army. These are 2 48-point forces.
Okay.
For the purposes of today's demonstration, when we start playing, we'll be using blue, red for the Romans, blue for Pyrrhus's forces.
Okay.
All right. Just to add one thing, Rod, there is an allied contingent in that Pyrrhic list. You should probably.
That's right. So the allied, I should designate that. So the Anatolian ally or Aetolian ally is the heavy foot and the 4 rabble. So these are technically allied, and what that affects is their ability. Well, as we go into the rules, we'll show you, but that affects their ability to group move in formation with the non-allied. It takes extra command points to move them. You can't move them for 1 command point. Okay. So if the pike block is here with them, this would be a 2-bip move to push it forward. Okay. Also, if anybody decides to do something cute like a flank march, it'll affect that. If we get into that, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
So,
can I ask you to use the iPhone to look to take a closer look to the armies to see the how they are? Because I'd love to. Okay.
All right.
There we go. The
so
4 pikes.
Here are your pike.
Okay.
And the Pyrrhic rabble.
Rabble. Okay. Those are Aetolians, right?
Yeah, those are Aetolian allies, and then so are the what would be Tarentine style hoplites.
Okay.
So these are hoplites, and their class is heavy foot. And then we have
the elephant.
Of course, one elephant, and we have the jav cav. That's the general.
It looks like it.
Yeah, he's supposed to look like one. And then we have just 2 regular supporting jav cav. Normally, jav cav we represent with 2 mounted per stand. Okay. A lot of my generals, I like to put 3 just because it helps me remember, and plus it looks a little bit cooler.
Okay.
So for the Romans, the heavy foot or the raw recruits are in the white shield and tunic.
Okay.
And then the heavily armored red, those are the elite foot.
Okay.
And then the Romans, of course, have some rabble as well. That's part of the Camillian list. At this point, the Camillian list, they hadn't really developed so much. This would be like the Arsini and the Rory, not mentioned very much in the army list, but they're the young boys, camp followers, support units that were in the army. They weren't really what I'd call formalized light foot yet. A unit of light foot, so these are a little bit better quality light foot. Mm-hmm. And then bad horse general. Don't let me forget that, Dave, because I always use this guy as a jav cav, but he's bad horse today.
Bad horse, okay.
Not quite as good a quality. So those are our 2 forces.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot Pyrrhus's camp. Let me bow
So
for
let-
just a second. Grab that.
Let me add one thing, Rod. So I built these two army lists from our online army database, Meshwesh, which we can put a link, I guess, into this later. You know, often I would use a javelin cavalry for the general, but in this case, I wanted to use some of the battle cards for the Roman army, and the battle cards cost points just like the stands do. So
Right.
in the case of the Jav Cav General, it would have been a 4-point stand. By changing it to Bad Horse, which is one of the options in the army list, I gained a point, and then I was able to use that point to purchase an extra Hold the Line battle card. For the Roman army, they get one Hold the Line battle card for free. Any beyond that, you would pay a point for. So in this case, they have 2 Hold the Line battle cards. The battle cards are kind of like an add-on to the core rules. Oh, you found them. Good job.
Okay.
Well, these are my fake draft hold the line battle cards, but you get the
Right.
idea.
So
Okay.
it's like in addition to the regular rules, it's we have 24 of them right now. They're in draft form, and we're working on the final. We're pretty close actually to being done. But they're essentially special rules that apply to specific army lists, historical flavor, historical rules that we didn't want to burden the core rules with, but they're special rules that apply to period specific armies, things like that. So in this
Yeah,
case,
and
the whole
also some battlefield ploys that you don't really represent as a troop. So hold the line's an example of a battlefield thing where if you have this card,
Mm-hmm.
the unit would normally charge forward because it doubled in combat. You can play the card to not do that.
Okay.
Because maybe that's a bad idea. It's going to get him in trouble, and you want to use that card to keep that unit from getting themselves in trouble.
Okay.
So that's another reason why you might have a battle card that's specific to like elite armies or armies with good discipline would have the option to usually take this card.
Okay. So that represent, as I understand it, the bases are kind of generic type troops, but Hold the Line would represent how the Polybian Roman, which were very specific legionaries, how they fought. It could say like, you are not going into the battle just because.
I'm not going to charge those guys you just beat up and go loot their bodies
Okay.
for exchange because I need you to stay where you are or we're all going to die.
Okay.
Right. It's the scene from Gladiator where the guy's yelling, the general's running along yelling, hold the line. It's exactly that. Hold the line. So
Perfect.
Yeah,
don't
so
charge
in this case, in the army list database, it actually shows this card associated with those elite foot stands. You cannot use that card for the heavy foot. It's only
right.
for the
It only works on the red shielded guys.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I see it. I have the Meshwesh opened, so I could take a look to the armies, and I see the Hold the Line battle card only with the elite foot legionaries. So I understand you're going to use just with them. Okay.
Right. You won't be able to use it on the rabble. They're not disciplined enough. So
Okay.
So I guess the question is, Arcane, since you're the guest today, do you have a personal preference over which army you'd like to play?
Good question. I have to choose between Roman, which I love, and Elephant, which I love. So I don't know. I play with the rules of luck and fortune, and I tell you to roll a die, and if you roll 4+, I play with Pyrrhus. Otherwise, I'll play with Roman.
All right, here we go. And it's a spinning. Oh, it's a 3.
Okay, Roman for me.
Okay.
Okay.
So you'll be the red dice for the Romans. And what we're going to do now is we're going to walk you through the whole setup. And I think the best way to teach you is we're going to play. And at any point in the game where I think there's something we need to explain, or if there's specific differences in other games you played, we'll try to point those out.
Okay.
But I think it's be much more interesting if we play than if we try to tell you the whole rule.
Yeah, I agree. I think I will be able to follow you for the first steps. I already read how to make the list and deploy somehow. So I think in case you want to point something, that's nice. Well, we can go.
We'll start with the invasion. David, do you want to use the Pyrrhic as hilly?
There is a chat question there about the battle cards.
Oh, go ahead.
It says, do you need to specify which units benefit from the card when you buy them or when you use them? So the answer is that in the database, they're specifically associated with a troop, in this case at least. Some of them are army-wide battle cards. They're different kinds of battle cards. This one is specifically for those troops. You should make it clear to your opponent so they don't have to pull up the database and check it. At the beginning of the game, you're supposed to show all the battle cards you have. There's no secret battle cards at this point.
This is demonstrated just like when I show you my army, introduce my army, I also introduce any cards I brought.
Okay.
Right. So I would, yeah, the idea is that you just make clear these apply to my elite foot for this battle.
I'm going, since this guy is from here, Spain, I'm going to translate it if you're okay with it for a moment.
Sure, sure.
Vale, lo que nos quiere decir David es que las cartas que se utilizan están directamente relacionadas con un tipo de tropa, en este caso con los legionarios de élite, que serían las peanas rojas, que representarían un poco los veteranos del ejército de Polibio. Hold the Line es una carta que se dedica simplemente, su función es evitar que una peana persiga lo que tendríamos en DBA como impetuoso, ¿no? Un Knight o un Warband que iría normalmente al asalto. En este caso, Hold the Line, que es mantened la formación, mantened la línea y no os vayáis a donde no tenéis que iros, porque el resto sí que son un poco más jóvenes, pero estos son los tienen más curtidos, como quien dice. Okay, we can go on.
All right, so Dave, I'm gonna, just to make it interesting, because if it's arable for both, it doesn't matter. We could, I think the Pyrrhic should be hilly and the Romans will be arable, because that's the option for terrain type that you could have, and that matters for who's invading who.
Right. So if my army list has an option and it ends up being that Rome is invading the Pyrrhus, then I would actually get to choose which topography I want as the defending player.
Okay. So we're going to roll the dice. So invasion for Pyrrhic is 4. Invasion for Camillan Roman is 3. And the way this works is whoever has the higher number is invading the other player.
Okay.
Okay. Well, guess what?
Okay.
Rome is invading.
Okay.
So Rome got a total of 9, and Pyrrhus got a total of 6. So Rome is actually invading Pyrrhus.
That's a very Roman thing, so it's okay.
Dave, what would you like, hilly or arable?
Arable's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good, because I got my village out and I want to show it off. All right. So what we're going to do now is find out who got to pick the battlefield. So the maneuver roll, Arcane, represents, just because Dave is being invaded by you, that doesn't mean you actually decided where the fight was going to take place. Somebody could still outmaneuver you even though you're invading their territory. So the question now is, who can outmaneuver who? Pyrrhus has a maneuver of 4 because of his light cavalry advantage. And the Romans have a maneuver of 2. So we do the same thing again. We roll the dice and add the numbers.
Okay.
Oh, Dave, not so good this time.
Okay, so...
All right. So your total is 8, Arcane.
Okay.
So you have 8 on your maneuver.
I thought I was the blue die.
Yeah, it's the
I'm
other
sorry.
way.
Whoa. You are the blue. Dave, you're Pyrrhus. I forgot. I'm sorry. Rome's is 8. So I had it set in my mind that Arcane was playing the elephant. So Dave, the Romans got a maneuver of, Arcane, you got a maneuver of 3.
Okay.
Dave got a maneuver of 8.
8. Okay. That means he sets up the battlefield, right?
Right. He sets up the battlefield, so he'll decide where the terrain goes.
Okay.
And but what we're going to do now is decide how many pieces of terrain he has option.
Hold on a second, Rod. So there's several things going on here. So keep the dice there.
Yep.
Keep the dice where they were. So the fact that the Roman army rolled a 1, which is below their maneuver rating, means they will have an option for a flank march when they set up. Any army that rolls 1 for the maneuver roll can flank march, even if their maneuver rating's really poor. But in this case, both these armies have quite good maneuver ratings. If you roll lower than your maneuver rating, you have the option for a flank march. The blue die is a 4, so I do not have the option. I had a 50% chance of being able to do a flank march. So
okay.
Yeah, and those maneuver ratings are based on history and the types of troops in the army list.
And things like you have a lot of light troops for scouting, things like that.
Okay.
So Dave's going to set up the terrain, but what we're going to do now is he doesn't get to pick exactly the battlefield he wants. So first thing we're going to do is, first of all, we got to remember that he outmaneuvered by 5. So remember that number.
Okay, 5.
That was the total. And total number of pieces of terrain is decided by 2 dice added together. And then we have a chart in the rule book, and this is the QRS that's available online for setting up the battlefield.
Okay.
And if we're in arable and we roll a total of 9, we have 5
Where can
pieces.
I find it? Where may I find it?
The QRS is on our website, and then in the setup in the book, if you go to page number 11.
Okay, perfect.
Page 11, there's a chart on the left-hand side. That's the terrain score. So the terrain score, which is just the 2 dice added together in a separate roll, is a 9. That means that this is a fairly terrain-heavy battlefield. It starts with 5 and no coast.
Okay.
However, because he outmaneuvered you by so much, 5, he can adjust it down 5 or up 5. The maximum being 6 pieces of terrain.
So
rows,
he can go
rows
up to 4?
He can go, so he's at 9.
Down to 4, okay.
Yeah, so he could go down to he can actually go down to 4, which would give him 2 pieces of terrain and a coast. Or he could go to 5, which is 3 pieces of terrain and no coast. Exactly. Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Or he can go up to the maximum terrain, which is 6.
Okay, I'm going to explain it
please,
a bit
please.
fast. Okay, la tirada que ha sacado es un 9 y la diferencia entre el maneuver, las maniobras, sería 5. Así que podría bajar o subir 5. En este caso, como máximo, puede irse hasta 4. Esta es la tabla que tenemos en la sección 24. Antes de la sección 24, la sección 23, que es pues tirar cuántas piezas de terreno tendríamos. Okay.
Okay, and because he's using arable terrain, he must have 1 village.
Okay.
So this is the compulsory piece of terrain. It's a village, and a village in Triumph is essentially very similar to a woods, other than it looks different. So a village like this one is essentially a woods. Another key thing about villages and woods and things like that, you'll see this one has a road that crisscrosses it. We don't have roads in Triumph per se, except when it comes to crossing a rough piece of terrain. Okay. So a road on the battlefield doesn't affect a legion deployed. It doesn't have any impact on its movement. But if I had a war wagon or an artillery piece that I wanted to cross this village with, I could along a little road, a little path. That's the only effect it has in the game. It's still considered difficult terrain or rough terrain for that unit if it gets caught in here, but it would allow some things to move across the village or woods that would normally not be able to.
So in the combat outcome, it would be considered as a good
rough terrain.
Difficult. But some things like elephants, hypers, or cavalry, it could move the whole movement. It could
theoretically go across the road. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
So I just want to point that out because that's one big difference. People ask us, well, where are your roads in Triumph? Well, we have them, but they don't affect a legion walking across the battlefield. So some games, roads are a really big deal. In Triumph, they're really just paths to let you get across difficult terrain. That's it.
Okay.
So we have to have arable. Dave, how many pieces of terrain would you like?
Yeah, so that's the fun part of this. The maneuver advantage allows me to kind of control the density of the terrain, even though I don't know where the terrain will be necessarily. I'm going to go up from 9 to 10, and we're going to have 5 pieces of terrain with a coast allowed.
Do you want the coast?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to use this. I'm going to use my little coastal river sections, and you'll have to tell me once we pull the card, what other pieces of terrain would you like?
Well, I have the village, right?
Got the village.
Let's see here.
I got my terrain box out. I think I can pull out anything you're going to call. So
we'll just have a village, 2 woods, and 2 rough.
All right, 2 woods I've got. And you want 2 roughs?
Sure.
Okay. I have.
Actually, do you have some large pieces?
You mean a really large piece? I have a large piece of rough.
We have regular size and large size, right? So a couple of large roughs is good if you got them.
A couple of large roughs.
Okay.
I think this is the largest rough I have, but I also have this really large woods if you want to replace that.
Oh, sure. That's good. So you
and
can
then I can.
Up to half of your pieces can be the larger size.
Correct. And
So I don't really have a plan for this. I'm just trying to show the rules a little. So.
And see, we have these really cool gauges that tell us if it's large.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
So I have two large pieces and 2 small pieces in a village, and then we have to number them largest to smallest. So I think the rough and probably the woods.
They don't. I don't think they have to be largest to smallest, Rod.
I think that's what Jack will tell me.
Okay. So I have to ask, the waterway, the coast, is not one of the 5 elements, right?
No,
it's not. Okay.
No, it's either on that spot or not.
Okay.
So, for example, if he tried to lower the terrain, I don't think he could get to the one that had the lowest terrain without a coast. That wasn't an option for him. He couldn't get to 3 or whatever.
So, Rod, the size doesn't matter. They can be in any sequence I choose.
All right, choose your sequence.
All right, so just put the big ones at the end. So start. You're fine there. Yeah.
So
okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So it's important that you number them ahead of time for your opponent, because this is part of the randomization process. Because now Dave's going to draw a card.
Well, you are.
Yeah. Well, it's card number 5. For those following along at home, you can look at your actual book.
Okay. I'm going to show it as well.
Card number 5.
You have it there. Okay, perfect. Card number 5, which is oh, there you go. You can have both a deck or roll die. That's nice.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, if you don't have the actual card deck, you just roll dice and come up with the card that way.
Okay.
That's the way to do it. All right. So card number 5, Dave, you got your rule book there?
Yeah.
All right. So you know what the card looks like. Which way do you want it turned? Or we can set it up and you can pick a side. But the way this normally works, Arcane, is I don't rotate anything on the table. I pick which side of this card I want to be my side of the table.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
I keep thinking I'm Roman, but I'm not.
I keep thinking you're Roman too. I don't know why. I had you.
You both think I'm not the Roman, but I can be the elephant. I'm okay with it.
I will choose the.
It's because he looks like a Roman emperor. Just look at him.
You're right.
3 and 5 is my base edge. The side
3 and 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 and 5, I'm going to start with that towards me then. All right, because that's how I have it right now. That puts the coast over on this side, so that's easy. So, and essentially, now, Dave, how far in do you want the coast to start?
Oh, not far in. Just
all right, I'm just going to put it right on the end then. So essentially, all a coast does, Arcane, in this game, is it effectively shortens the battlefield by a small amount, because what it represents is it could be the ocean, could be a giant body of water, could just be a really big river that's not crossable within the terms of the small battle engagement. So, so there's the coast.
There is a second part to that. The second part is that it blocks flank marches.
Yeah, it also means that nobody can flank march from the coast because it's a coast.
Okay. It makes sense.
The flank march can only come from here now.
Okay.
All right, and terrain piece number 1. You can see that if on the card it's touching the middle of the line in the little square that it's in, that means it must touch that line.
Okay.
But it can slide anywhere as long as it doesn't touch either edge. So Dave, where would you like it? Anywhere?
In the middle there, it's fine.
In the middle's good? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's got to touch the edge, but not the sides.
So in case it touches 2 edges of 2 quadrants,
it must touch both. It must be in the corner.
Okay, perfect.
It can rotate. It can rotate, but it has to be in the corner.
Okay.
Okay. So number 2, and we make we use these little. These are also command sticks because they're the command distance. But we make these sticks, and then that way you can quickly set up a little grid.
Okay.
Number 2, Dave. There's the middle. You want it to go?
Pull it. I like it.
Towards you would be this way.
Yeah, I like it toward the base edge, but not all the way.
Like there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 3. And I normally wouldn't have the armies on the table, but since we were showing them off. We'll just push them
you
around.
You can take them off for a minute if you want.
That's okay. Number 3 is the village. So the village has to go here.
On the square.
How do you want to turn it?
Just put it at an angle.
Okay, so something like this.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, number 4 is going to be right in the middle of the battlefield. Right in the middle of Pyrrhus's army. Okay, so essentially, it has to touch this edge and this edge, but it can be rotated.
Okay.
Can you shift it so that the part that's touching the center line is further to your right?
You mean like this?
Angle it. No, the other way.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That looks good.
Okay. That looks incredibly annoying, Dave. Thank you. All right, so the last piece, we got one more piece. That one's going to go on your base edge, Dave.
Yeah, can you turn that flat along the base edge?
Yep.
Or long way?
So you want it along the base edge, you want it by the river coastline or closer to the center?
Toward the coast.
All right.
Okay.
So it's towards the coast. Okay. So we now have deployed the terrain.
Okay.
And now we are ready to put down camps. Arcane, your camp has to go down first.
Because I'm the defender.
Because you're the guy who lost the maneuver.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're the disadvantaged player.
Disadvantaged player.
Right.
Term. I don't always see it as a disadvantage because I really like part of what's going to come up next that you'll see. It has to go between these 2 points.
Okay.
Unless you have a special ability which your army doesn't have. There are some armies that can have their camp deployed outside that if they spend the points for it.
That's
Okay.
a battle card.
That's a battle card. There are some armies that can actually pay, like Mongols, for example, to have no camp.
Okay. Let me think. What? I have a cat here. Give me a second. Okay. Let me think about the armies. I have most of my army is foot. I take it as a slow foot and solid formation, and yours has pikes as well, but you have more cavalry than I do. So I think if I'm going to put the camp, I put it behind my line. So I'll go for my left, which would be your right, on the white. Yeah, all the way.
Yep. What there?
There.
Okay, so that's your camp. And Dave, you're Pyrrhus again, right? I keep thinking you're the Roman Emperor for some reason.
I think I somehow always end up as a Roman. So
usually you're a Roman. Okay. So where would you like your fortified or your non-fortified camp? You remember, by the way, too, Arcane, your camp is fortified. It's harder to take than a regular camp.
So why don't you offset mine? So shift it over to your left, Rod. Yeah, that's fine.
You're still in the limit.
As long as it's
go farther if you want.
Just a smidge further. It's fine.
A smidge. I love your technical terms. Okay.
And
then later, if he loses, it's because my smidge wasn't smidgy enough.
No, that's the angles, Rod. That's only angles.
It's only the angles, right?
If I reach the camp, that would be your fault, Rod.
By the way, I always offer for you guys to roll your own dice. Nobody takes me up on that because they want to be able to blame me when their dice are bad.
That's it. Yeah, I agree.
All right. Now we have to deploy battle line troops. So in your battle line, you have to put at least 24 points worth of troops in the center.
Okay.
And those troops are on the Meshwesh site. So in this case, your elite foot, your heavy foot, are your battle line troops.
Right. So you have to have 24 points deployed now, and it has to basically go inside this box. It can't be more than 8 mu forward. And you have more than 24 points of elite and heavies, I believe.
He has something else to think about too, which is always great for a learning game. He has the potential for flank march, so
yes,
he needs to think about that as well, which means you would set aside up to 16 points of troops to be placed on the board after the game starts.
Along this edge. So they could, So they could come in on turn 1 anywhere along this edge of the table.
Or on your own base edge. So if you decide it's a bad idea to come in on the flank,
Yep.
you can always opt out and come on your own base edge.
We call that
about it.
Yeah, we call that the chicken out move.
It depends
Okay.
on your army. So
Okay, I think I don't have anything good for flank, because the only thing that would flank, since I'm going to go, most of my army is going to go on the middle, could be the cavalry, something more, but most of the army is not precisely fast. So I think I'm not going to use.
Probably a smart move. You don't have it. Well, the problem with flank marches, even if you do have something here, it's not just that. These guys have to get up here fast enough to help them.
That's it. So I'm going to take my whole army in this deployment.
So here are 20 points of elite foot,
Okay.
and you have 12 points worth of heavy. So you've basically got to put about that many guys in the center.
Okay, I have a question for this. How does my army interact between the bases? Do the elite or any legionary interact in between them? They do support, lateral, or from behind? No.
So here's the thing. In Triumph, we keep it really simple as far as rear support. Pikes get rear support.
That makes
so
sense.
On this battlefield, the only rear supporting element that we have is going to be the pike.
Okay.
There are some other elements that get rear support. Warband, for example, light spear. But on this battlefield, only the pikes get an advantage in fighting double rank.
So I don't think,
and they only get it against certain troops. So like they don't get it against archers, for example, or skirmishers.
Okay.
But they will get it against mounted and other foot. So your heavy foot and your lead foot, you should think of them as independent units. Doing double ranking is for purpose of reserves or to plug holes.
Yeah,
but they're not going to get a combat advantage.
That's it.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to place the red line you have there on the left part of the stripped.
Here?
There? Yeah. Okay, so another question. I'm sorry. The rough terrain, how does my army interact with it? I assume only the rubble is going to be.
Really good point. So the elite foot can go in the rough terrain. They will suffer a combat penalty. And a combat penalty is on, if you have the QRS, or Dave, can you look up the page? So they have the chart.
They only suffer the penalty against foot.
Right.
And they have to have so there's two things in Triumph. There's being in the terrain, and then there's the combat. I don't know if I'm articulating this right, but basically there's effect on combat. So if the combat edge is in the bad terrain, then the tactical factors of being in bad terrain apply.
Okay.
But
let me demonstrate.
If part of your base is in the terrain, the combat isn't affected. If the back of your base is in the terrain, the combat isn't affected, but the result is affected. Right. If that makes sense.
So if any part of your terrain or base is in the terrain, it affects movement. It affects the result of combat for that unit.
Okay.
But they only get the -2 against foot in difficult terrain if part of the combat takes place in the difficult terrain. So this is the combat edge where the two line up.
Okay.
This would be the combat edge. Part of that edge has to cross the terrain. If it doesn't, so right here, the Romans would be moving in difficult terrain, but the combat would take place in the open.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So
it's only a -2. So even elite foot, when they're in difficult terrain, they're still pretty good because they're going to be +3 versus foot.
In that case, I'm going to start the other way. I'm going to place. Let me think. I have 4 white bases. So start with white, 5 red, and white.
Okay, so you want white.
That's it. Yeah. So the elite foot is going to face the arid terrain in case something comes from there.
I see. In case you got to march straight across the field. So white, red, and then you want.
I'm kind of revealing my strategy, but I don't have any, so it's okay.
So do you want more white here?
Yeah.
Okay. So no, that's okay.
Sorry. White, red, and the rest of them red.
Okay.
That's it.
Yep.
I mean, I have a minimum of 24 points, but I can place more of.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, well, yeah, but here's the best part. You don't have to place any more of your army. Even though you're the disadvantaged player, Dave now has to deploy his entire army, and then you get to put these guys wherever you want.
Oh, okay. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, I thought you would. I actually like being the disadvantaged player a lot because I like to be able to place my army second.
I think it's better somehow because you don't choose the terrain. But okay, perfect. I like it.
So, Dave, you have your allies that are grouped here, and then of course your Jav Cav will not be part of your center battle line. You've got Pyrrhus. Your pike, of course, will be battle line. I think your elephant's battle line. I believe these guys are, but I'm not sure. The rebel not, but I think the Tarantine hoplites are.
Let me check real quick to make sure we have it right.
And even if and one thing too is sometimes some armies, Arcane, let's say you have an army that's got a lot of light foot and skirmishers. It might not have anything listed as battle line, but you still have to put 24 points in this center box.
Okay.
It just means you have more flexibility about which 24 points.
Yeah, so in this case, the pikes are battle line, the elephant is battle line. If I had warriors, which we did not pick for the army, those are battle line. So in this case, the only ones I have to have in the center are the elephant and the pikes.
Okay, so these must be in the center, and now he's got to add up to 24. So that's 12, 16.
So battle line is a requirement for the deployment in the center, but you can mix the 24 if you don't. Right. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so if I had 12 stands of pike, I would easily get there with just the pike alone. But I only have 4 stands, so we can put the.
Let me put your markers down too. Whoa! I just stole your terrain. That happens sometimes. Okay.
We can put the Jav Cav. What do I need? 8 more points, Rod?
You need. No, you need. Yeah, 8 more points. Sorry.
Yeah, so the 2 Jav Cav, the 2 regular Jav Cav, we can put in the center in addition to those that you have there.
Yeah, because they're fast enough they can be wherever you want later, right? Okay, so this is your front edge. Where do you want to put them?
Okay, so can you shift them over to your right?
You want the pike block where? In the center of this? Oh, you've created a channel, so.
Yeah, that's fine. The elephant can be on their right. That's fine.
Okay, so the elephant on the right flank, that's the limit of the center right there.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you can just put the Jav Cav together as a group. Just not behind the elephant.
You don't want them columned behind the elephant?
No. Shift them over behind the pike.
Okay. You want them touching or just by themselves?
Touching's fine. Just directly behind the pike.
Column or line?
Shift it over a base width to their right, behind the pike.
Oh, directly. Oh,
behind
you want
the pike.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's good.
All right.
All right, now let's see. What else do I have?
You have 4 rebel, 2 heavy foot, and the Jav Cab general.
Yep.
Okay.
I have one question. I'm sorry,
sure.
Rod. There is something white in the board. I'm not sure what it is. Right now
Something
it's on top of the rough terrain behind my line.
It's the light.
It's the light. Oh, okay. No problem. That's fine.
It's divine influence.
It's the window, right? I'm playing now. It's night, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it's the problem is we're hitting the point where the sun is coming through the back window.
Okay, no problem.
When we played the classical Indian battle, that was when Alexander was riding across the table and the sun shone on him like a god as he charged into the Indians and crushed them all. So it was really quite a cool effect.
Okay.
It'll go away in a minute.
That allied force. Yeah, just put them to the left of the pike line.
Okay. What about the heavy foot? Single?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Rabble?
Actually, interesting.
While he's thinking, Arcane, which shouldn't take this long, but it does sometimes. He Rabble, the other nice feature about Rabble is they're like the poor man's skirmisher. They can travel in a group with one command point through rough terrain.
Hey, Rod, where are my skirmishers?
Did you have a skirmisher?
2 stands.
Yeah. Bowmen and slingers.
Are you sure?
Arcane, you better count your stands.
Oh my goodness.
I'm about to. Okay. Yeah, I think I have them all. 9.
Okay, good.
9 for Rabble, Lightfoot. Okay.
There.
What? Actually, how many bases do you count of the Roman army?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, you did have skirmishers on there. Well, they're just slingers. I didn't bring a bowman.
Okay,
All right.
there should be 16 stands for the
1,
Pyrrhic
2,
army.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Okay, cool. All right, so can you put the heavy foot in column for now? And then put the Rabble in a line, yeah.
Okay. So as I was saying, one of the advantages of Rabble is they can
one
move.
one Rabble behind the center one.
Okay. Is they can move in a group with skirmishers. So if your group is all skirmisher and Rabble, it can actually travel for one command point through rough in formation.
Actually, you know what, Rod? Put the Rabble back out in the line. Let's put the skirmishers on the other side.
All righty.
By the elephant, yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
There we go.
That looks good.
Are you happy now?
Yeah, now the general just needs to
Right behind the elephant?
no.
Okay. Maybe here?
That's good. That's good.
I tried, Arcane. I tried.
Okay.
All right. So now you get to put your guys wherever you like. And they can be in the center, or they can be all the way out to the edges of the table if you want.
Okay. So I'd like to know more about my general, which is Bad Horse. What does that mean?
Well, Bad Horse is kind of a poor man's the lowest quality mounted. Okay, so in the game, Bad Horse guys tend to be lesser quality cavalry. So the big difference is when you have horsebow in this game, they're faster. Jav-cav are faster. Those are the light horse that are very elite. The difference between Jav-cav and horsebow ride up to within 50 yards or so and shoot you in the face and ride away. So horsebow have a lot of special evade abilities where they don't get killed against things that don't have missile weapons.
Okay.
Jav-cav also have a lot of special evade abilities. And Jav-cav can, for example, shatter elephants. Jav-cav can shatter knights. Bad Horse have none of those special abilities. They're just mounted. They go 6 MU, so they're fast. And they're only +2 versus foot and +2 versus mounted.
Okay.
The general, being that he's a general, will be +3/+3.
Okay.
Okay. But he doesn't have any of those special abilities that come with the more specialized elite horse that are horsebow and Numidian javelin cavalry.
Okay. So it's like a light horse, but with a
horse.
A little plus because it's the general. It's fast.
Yeah, he's got a plus because he's the general, so he's a little bit better than normal Bad Horse. The generals in the historical game always get a +1 to combat.
Okay.
Examples of Bad Horse would be crossbow mounted guys, so guys with crossbows on horseback. Vikings that stole ponies. Okay, so Vikings trying to fight from horseback, they're not cavalry.
No, okay.
They're certainly not light horse. They're not Mongols or Numidians. They're just.
The Triumph has 4 types of cavalry types. Bad Horse is the bottom of the diamond.
The bottom.
Javelin cavalry is on the left. Horsebow is on the right. The javelin cavalry has a higher factor against foot. The horsebow has a higher factor against mounted. They both have some evasive characteristics. And then elite cav is the top of the diamond, and that has a better factor against both foot and mounted, and also has the evasive tactics.
Right.
So.
Okay, perfect. Then, let me think. Put my rabble, the 4 of them,
Mm-hmm.
in line at the right of my red guys.
Okay,
My
so
Troy
here,
army. Yeah,
okay. You want them in line?
in line, please.
Okay, okay. So we have a long line of rebel.
That's it. How much? If you can show me how much does my general distance for the command? The command, because
length of this stick.
Okay, that's it.
Yep.
Until the end.
So if he's in the center of the board,
it's almost all the board. Okay.
The whole board.
And
unless there were woods or a hill, but there aren't any in the center of the board to block it.
That's not a problem. Okay. And if he reaches any part of any group, I assume it counts as the whole group can move.
Correct.
Okay. Then I will ask you to put the other
one
two.
One thing I should point out.
Yeah.
Your Lightfoot and your Rabble
can kill the elephant.
Special abilities against the elephant. They're a little better at fighting elephants. They're not great, but they can shatter them. So I should point that out. That the elephants, the heavy foot can fight them too, and so can the elite foot. Yeah. But there are some special abilities that Lightfoot and Rabble have versus elephants. Just so you know.
In that case, I'll ask you to place my general behind the white line, which is now there. Right behind the red guy. I meant.
Okay, just in case.
There, that's it. Yeah. Okay, now you
don't want him behind the rookies, huh?
No. Now the other 2 white legionaries are going to be in the left of the already placed white legionaries.
Okay.
And what is the other? Lightfoot, Italian light infantry. Okay. Lightfoot.
They're good against the skirmishers. They're good against the elephant.
And how about the rabble?
They'll be okay against the rabble. They fight better than rabble. Yeah.
Okay. Now place it to the left with my white guys.
Okay. Now another important thing in the game, and I don't know what other games you played besides like GBA and stuff. There are open order, closed order troops on this table.
Okay.
Rabble, Lightfoot, skirmishers, and all the mounted except the elephant are open order. And that means that open order can pass through open order. So for example, if you have Rabble behind Rabble, this guy can pass through.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Skirmishers can pass through the Rabble. This Jav-Cav general could pass through because open order can pass through open order. All of these heavy foot and pike are closed order. Nothing can pass through them except skirmishers. So a skirmisher can pass through anybody.
Okay.
And of course the elephant is closed order.
Okay, perfect. That would be. I think that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now that we have everything deployed, everybody happy? We get to have the advantage player takes the first turn.
So we can finally start.
We can finally start. Yes. Okay, it's a teaching game. How are we doing on the comments? I'm not watching that. I hope you guys are.
Oh, it's okay. I think most of them are very interested in the video and they are not commenting anything. They tell me to praise Jupiter.
Well, I'm mostly worried about Andreas because he's a little bit sneaky. So.
Well, Rod, that is just a fantastic pip roll there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so Arcane, one of the things in Triumph is that you have the potential to march move in certain situations. Often it's effective at the beginning of the battle. If I was in a situation where I really wanted to close with you quickly, as the advantage player, I can often really move forward aggressively on the first turn with a march move. The limitation on the march move is I can't get within a full measuring stick, 8 mu of you. But it would allow me to close to probably almost that distance very quickly.
It allows you to grab. It allows you to grab the center of the table. Basically, you can take control of the center of the table.
So if you want. In case you wanna take the area, the rough terrain, you good right now because you have that extra move, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And I'm just putting out markers, Dave, just so you can see the scale. So there's 3 MU, which is your pike move forward.
Right.
Or rabble move forward.
So Rod, if you could yeah, and so the elephant does cost extra to move.
Right. The elephant costs an extra command point. And he goes 4, but he takes an extra command point. But everything else around him is going to be slower, except for the skirmishers and the cavalry.
Okay.
All right. So can you move the skirmishers with the elephant up? Their full move.
Okay. This one skirmisher is hanging in the woods.
Yeah. So it'd be extra command point.
Okay.
As part of the group with the.
So you want the full 4 MU.
Either way, it's going to be 3 pips. So yeah,
Right.
4 move forward.
So there was an extra command pip spent there, Arcane, because these guys can't group move with the elephant for free for the 1 command point or 2 in the case of the elephant, because one of them had his toe in the village.
Okay.
They can group move. It's just more expensive.
It costs more command points.
Okay.
You can group move through bad terrain in this game, which allows certain things to happen, like conforming to a group. But it just costs more command points to move a group through the bad terrain.
Now what do you want to do?
I have 1 left, right?
You have 1 left.
Okay. I'll just move the pike up as far as the heavy foot can go toward the bad going. Actually, the heavy foot can't move with them. So just the pike up is fine.
Yeah, that's one of the other disadvantages of the allied command, is that it gives you the flexibility to pick some other troop types, but they have command control issues if you want to bring allied. You want the horse stay behind?
Horse can stay behind.
Okay. All right.
We have a question from the people. How much time does the setup take in a typical game?
Oh, a lot less than what we just did.
I would say between 5 and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Okay.
I think once you know what you're doing, it's pretty fast.
When we're playing with regular Triumph players, it's 5 minutes.
Yeah, the big thing. I mean, it can vary a lot depending on the number of terrain pieces as well. You know, a lot of the boards are pretty open. That speeds it up too.
Yep. If we were playing Mongols and steppes, there might be 1 piece of rough out here. That's done like that.
Okay. And with the cards, I mean, with the cards, you don't have to think much because you have them placed. You just have to adjust. That's it. I like it.
Yeah, it's hard to make generalities with these Zoom games because we have to communicate everything to each other, and then on top of it, since we're teaching as well, so it's slow. Yeah.
Yeah. The cards are nice because while you can densify or remove, you have an effect on maybe the number of pieces, but you don't have a bulldozer. You don't get to do construction before the battle of exactly what you want.
Okay.
Here we go, Arcane. Your first roll. Oh, I'm nervous.
Okay.
3.
Well, I'm not going to surprise anyone, so please move the whole line forward.
Move everybody forward. Now, I think. No, you won't be able to march move because your first move of 3 is going to put you basically at 8. So you're going to be pretty much within range of the enemy, which stops any march move.
Okay. And my general, may I ask you to put it behind the... I assume it will reach us, but behind the base that it's the white legionaries that are right in front of the elephant.
Right in front. Okay, well, you're a little bit off of his line, but yeah, it'd be right about there.
Yeah, more or less.
That's the one most lined up with the elephant.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. And at that point, I mean, you have 2 more command pips, so you could, for example, march move the rebel.
Oh, okay. In that case, may I go back with the general, because I think I'm going to need the command distance for those guys. They're going to move separately more than they are. So put it.
If you want to be here,
yeah,
okay,
better, yeah. So
all right, so
yeah,
you got
I
2
will.
points. Mm-hmm.
I will move forward the rebel. Okay.
Okay.
So
they can be forward. It's just an option because you notice they didn't get close to the enemy yet. They're not within 8.
Okay.
I suspect some of the elites could move with them if you want, but
actually, one of the elites could move with them. this guy,
Okay.
if you want.
Hmm.
Because
Yes.
at that point, your corner now, you'll see you're within 8 of an enemy unit.
Okay, then yeah, do it, please.
Okay.
That's nice.
All right. Okay, here comes Big Blue.
3.
You think that 4 was going to keep going, did you?
We're already on the decline, I see.
4 was your max. I'm using my special die today.
All right. Rod, can you move the pike up in line with the elephant?
Okay.
Yeah.
You're now
That's
back
all.
in group formation with the elephant.
Yeah, they should have stayed that way all along. Can you move 2 of the two jav cav? Can you form a column with the right jav cav?
Yep.
And
You
the,
gonna
and
go
the one
this
next
way?
to him?
You're heading this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Arcane, this is kind of important because it's forming a column. And I think I did this in one of my YouTube videos. So this is going to be a group move of the jav cav. But it's like a wheel. So this corner has to lock. And this jav cav is going to swing out. And I assume head that way.
Yeah.
And so I've got to measure to where his farthest moving rear corner was, and then the last guy's farthest moving rear corner, and I can put his back end about there. And this guy swings out and joins. And the reason that wheel is important is because if you're doing a group move, you can't just turn on your center and shoot off. You actually got to do that wheel with the first leading unit. And then that's as far as the column could go because that's as far as the guy that was going to join him, furthest moving corner, could get. That's 1 left, Dave. You are outside of 8.
Yeah, they could march move.
They could march
up into the line, but I don't need them to.
Well, they could. I mean, they can out. They have to stay out here because they got to stay outside of 8 for that second move.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's fine. Can you just move them forward and then up into line next to the skirmishers?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So as a group, they're going to come in like a column.
Okay.
Yeah.
And end up here. So that's a second command, and that's it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Rome on the march. Whoopsie.
Wrong die, but hey, you're getting my 1s out. You want to roll the red die for him? I feel badly. You rolled the wrong die.
I rolled the wrong die. Oh, whoops. I'm sorry.
Roll the red one.
Die.
Okay.
Oh, give him a roll.
I'm okay with the one. I'm okay with it. I don't.
You want to reform?
I think I want. No, I'm go. Can I wheel a group? Okay. Yeah, that's it.
You want to do that, don't you?
As far as it can.
Okay. So essentially, yes, it's exactly what we just talked about with wheeling a single stand.
Okay.
Except what we do is we look at who's going the farthest, which is going to be, I'm assuming probably about here, because anything else is going to wheel right into the rough terrain.
It doesn't matter. The next one as well. Okay. That's it.
All right. So you want to wheel them all, it's going to be here.
No, not all. That's it.
One.
Yeah, there.
So then I lock this wheel stick and I kind of move a guy out of the way because I got to clip the corner.
Okay.
And I just line him up on that. And that would be 1 command point.
And that's my turn. Enjoy it, David.
All right, you guys got to pay. And this guy the general can come along. I assume.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So let me use the correct dice. You guys don't realize how much pressure there is on me.
Ooh.
Whoa, 6 points. That's a lot.
6. Now, remember, Arcane, snap a video, picture, whatever, capture, screenshot of this, because later in the game, he's going to talk about how I never rolled a 6 for him.
We have it recorded, so you can use it.
Perfect. I have proof.
All right. So, Rod, can you move the... let's see.
Cav, skirmisher, elephant, pike. Heavy foot.
Can you move the heavy foot straight forward as far as they can go?
I can. That'll put them just behind the pike and just outside of the rough terrain.
That's good.
Now, another important thing about that move, even if they kept going forward, because they're in column, anything can go through the rough for one.
As a single group, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, if you had a line of double rank guys, you could move all of them as columns.
Okay,
basically.
perfect.
So, Rod, can you wheel the rabble?
Wheel the rabble? I don't think they know what that means.
Wheel the rabble. Well, they love moving through the bad train. Yeah, basically, however far they can go, and then up a little. That looks good.
It'd be about there.
That looks good.
Okay. We're not going to get into the angle discussion again?
Only if I have to blame you for something.
Okay, just checking. Oh, look, they even have a place to fall back if they get pushed back. And the lone brave Pyrrhus, who normally leads in the front, is going to stay behind.
He's there for the moment. I haven't figured out yet where he's going.
4 left.
All right. So I think we want to move. We want to move our main battle line forward there.
This one.
Yes.
Keeping the pike in formation, right?
Yeah.
That's your next move.
I want to. Can you just move this? Leave the jav cav for now and move everyone else up 3.
I assume you got plans for the jav cav, right?
Maybe.
I don't like that.
Well, the Roman army is extremely tough, but it usually ends up fighting with something on its flanks causing it trouble. Almost always, because it tends to face a lot of armies that have something faster than them.
It depends on how you build it.
Or Gauls, and then with Gauls, they're going to come right at you.
Well, they do have
yeah.
They have some options. We took the lower maneuver, the lower mobility version of the Romans here. So
that's what you got left, Chief. You got 1 for each jav cav.
Yeah, isn't that great?
That's great.
It's not.
You'll never have it again, so use it wisely.
All right. So can you yeah, just move that front one out there. You can put its left front corner right at the end of the stick there where you had the stick. No.
Okay.
Put the stick back where it was.
You mean this left front corner where the stick is?
Yeah.
All right. There it is.
Good. Can you yeah, that's fine. And then put the other guy, actually pull him back a little bit and angle him toward so he's facing the guys. Yeah, there you go. Put the other guy next to him.
Okay.
All right.
Shocking.
And I have 1 left.
No, that was it.
That's
what a rip. Only 6?
Yeah, you'll think about that later. No! Come on.
Right.
Okay, I don't have much
I
of a choice.
Invites us to teach him how to play the game, and then I roll 1s for him. I feel terrible.
Please, move forward the legionaries that stayed behind to the right line of the. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, well,
the rabble.
I think he's going to be. Yeah, actually, he can get there.
Okay.
Oh boy.
No, sorry, not there. With the rabble group.
Oh, you mean in this line?
Yeah,
got it.
That's it. Yeah. Facing
that one. That one's going to be actually no, because his front corner. Yeah, he'd have been okay because that corner was the one that was back. All right, we're good.
Okay.
Dave,
that's it.
Okay.
3.
Okay.
Doesn't he look like a Roman emperor though? When he's squinting like that, that's why I just assumed that he was. I picture in the laurel wreath thing.
So, Rod, how are my Jav Cav out of command control?
Well, yes, they have moved out of command control.
Well,
just let me see. Hang on. They're really close. Oh, just
okay. So, can you just bring the Jav Cav up to roughly where the blue, the general is, up to where the back of the blue die, kind of
right behind the elephant?
Well, one base step, at least one base step behind.
You
Behind the
trying to-
pipe.
You're
Put 'em
no
behind the
fan.
pipe.
You're no fan.
How about there? Does that look
All right,
good?
that looks good.
Okay,
I think
so
they're okay.
Arcane, but it's real important because this came up on the forum the other day, or on the Facebook page. I don't remember which. So by moving the general first, he's now put these guys in command range.
Okay.
And so that's when that command decision takes place. Is when you actually go, because everything in Triumph is what you see at the moment is what you get.
Okay.
There's no memory from turn to turn or from movement to movement.
So you can move one flank, then move the general to the other flank, and it will be okay. Okay, that's
If
perfect.
you had, well, in theory you could, but you probably would have left him there, moved it first, and then moved
That's it.
over.
That's what I meant.
But effectively, yes, the general is running along the back of the line. Move these guys first before he gets out of command, and
Okay.
then move those guys. But you
Okay.
can do that. So, but there's no memory in Triumph from turn to turn or bound to bound. It's when you look at the table, get ready to move an element, it's whatever you see is what you have.
Okay, perfect.
And you have 2 command points, Dave. I bought you as much time as I can. What do you want to do?
Okay. So it is very tempting to be aggressive with the jab cav, but I think at this point I'm gonna start to wheel that main battle line toward the Romans and move closer.
Okay, this is when we start doing the chicken dance, but okay. Do you want to wheel?
Well, yeah, I want to basically line up with them and then move.
All right. So like that.
Yeah, and then get up to within zone of control.
Oh, into within zone of control.
It's just the edge of it.
Yep, got it. But you want to be in zone, right?
Sure.
Okay, so we don't get to move except forward right now, right? Because we are on.
Well, zone of control, and his wheel is better than your wheel because he's got his faster moving guys way on the end.
That's it.
Zone of control in Triumph is a little bit different than what you might be used to, but effectively, yes, it does. If you want to go into combat, you have to attack anybody who has you in zone of control.
Okay.
You can choose who you attack if you're in multiple zones of control.
Okay.
So like in this case, you're not quite exactly lined up. So like these elite
I can
foot,
move. Okay.
yeah, these elite foot are both in zone of control. If you wanted to run him off by himself, he could attack either one of these guys. But
So Arcane, the answer is that when you're in zone of control, you can move for the most part any direction you want, but your distance
limited in speed.
is lowered greatly. So
Okay.
so let's use an example, Rod. Can you put one of the elite guys on the end of the line, like partially in front of the pike?
Right, like this.
No, more toward the edge.
Okay.
Yeah, there. So let's say that elite foot was in front of this pike. They're both in zone of control. It's your turn. You're not locked in there in front of him. You can move up to 2 mu in any direction.
Okay.
You just can't attack someone else.
Right. So you could do this and get out of the way.
Okay.
That's a legal move, but you can only go up to 2. So the 2 MU limit is only applied to if you're not attacking. So if you're going to attack, you can go your full speed.
Okay.
If you're going to run away, straight away from him, you can go your full speed.
Okay.
You want to do something else, you can only go 2.
Okay. So in case I wanted to attack some other base that it's not that I'm not in its zone of control, I'd move. I could not because I'm in the first one. Zone of control,
Unless something breaks it. So for example,
okay.
if you were in
can
a zone
put
of
something in front of it.
right. So for example, let's say in a situation where these 2 guys were in front, you have a zone of control here and here and here. This guy can't do anything, but if I went 1, 2, there's no zone of control anymore because there's combat.
Okay.
So
The zone of control is broken by combat,
the
Okay.
zone of control is broken by combat and by friendly troops.
by friendly troops.
So for
Okay.
example, the rear rank of the pike formation
It's
is not exerting a zone of control because
Okay.
the front rank's blocking it. If the pike block was closer to your line, the front pike would be zocking both the elite foot and the general behind it.
Okay.
If the elite foot moved forward to fight that pike block, it would break the zoc on the general behind it.
And then the general could move.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I have to say that those guys were in the other battle line.
Whoa.
The
Sorry.
legionaries.
Thank you.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. So we need to roll Arcane's pips.
Okay. Be gentle, please.
Are you done? You're done, right, Dave?
I'm done. That's all I have.
All right.
Okay.
I don't even want to look. Oh, look at that.
Yay. Because I have plenty of things to do right now. Okay,
Yep.
so surprise, move the main battle line forward,
Okay.
please.
You want to go into combat?
With all of it.
All right. So what's going to happen is when they move forward, you don't move obliquely in triumph, but except for this particular case where you'll move forward and you'll slide over.
Okay.
You can line up. You can line up anywhere within the.
Within Zoc, you can always line up.
Okay.
As a single
Okay.
move. But it happens automatically when you try to line up for combat. So the whole line's coming forward. You want to bring the light foot or you want to keep him back?
Actually, as I understand, that white base is going to give me some advantage on the combat.
Correct.
Correct. But my legionaries are way better than his base. Is that right?
You should chop these guys. Well, yeah, but here's the thing. Remember that thing we were talking about earlier with evade? These are skirmishers. So if you double them in combat, the worst that can happen to them is they're going to drop back 4 MU.
Okay.
Unless you can trap them.
But
okay?
they will hardly kill my guys.
Not much chance of them killing your guys. No, they can, but it's hard. Very difficult.
In that case, please bring the last base back. To its,
this one?
Yeah, to its original position. And we're going to wheel the group towards the cavalry.
Okay. So first of all, I want to ask a question. Does the general come with or stay?
Good question. Let me think.
If he comes with, it's free, and your 1 pip command point.
How much can it move? Can you show me the ruler?
Sure.
So I can see.
You can move this far.
This far. Well, that's not much, but it will be useful against those.
Yeah, he's a little
cavalry.
bit slower. He's a little bit slower than the Jav Cap.
Okay. In that case, right now, before moving the general, you are not going to move it with the group, so you can move the group. It's going to move
so
separately.
The group is up. This gentleman here can provide an overlap to this fight.
Yeah, please.
But that's an extra command point because
he
has to walk into the terrain. So that's 4. So
it
you got
breaks
4
the
left.
group. Okay. The third point is going to be spent on my left flank. That group. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you want to try and do some kind of a wheel to refuse your flank.
Okay.
It looks like you can do that. I assume that's what you're looking for.
That's it.
Okay.
Actually,
now,
that can be a problem, right? Because if I go back.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to suggest. You might want to use 2 command points
and just move it diagonal. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you might want to do something like this.
Please do that. Yeah, because I think I don't need the. I'm going to use all the point like that. Okay. Yeah.
And I don't think.
No, don't worry. I will move them diagonally. I prefer that. If you're okay with it.
Still got 2 command points left anyway, so.
Okay. The general is going to move towards that flank as well. But before that, please wheel that group. Yeah, as much as it can.
To get in line with what's going on here?
Yeah. And
unfortunately, Rabble aren't very fast either.
And move forward until the legionaries reach the terrain, so it's just 1 point.
So here.
There.
Yep.
And let's see what happens.
The other thing that you want to do if you can, but you weren't quite close enough with this group, is if you can get him in zone of control, anytime you can put a fast mover in zone of control of slow movers, it's always to your advantage usually because you'll take away some of his speed.
Okay.
All right, so we have combat.
Sorry, the general.
Oh, yes, where do you want the general?
Yeah, on my right flank, left flank. That's it. There,
okay,
there.
This way.
Yeah, that way.
And you want him here?
Yeah, right behind, as much as it can move.
He's lined up, and there's no danger of a fall back there, so he's good.
perfect.
Okay.
That way, if I see the elephant is too hungry, I can move it in the middle. Okay.
I think Dave's trying to take the camp with the elephant. So, because it's your move, you get to decide the order or sequence of the combat, and it can be in any order you want amongst the 5 different roles you have.
Okay. So, let's choose wisely. I believe I'd fight the skirmisher first.
Okay, so if you start here, you'll be a 4.
Okay.
And is everything clear? By the way, I haven't used the Zoom camera, but if you need it at any point, let me know.
Yeah, I'd like you to take a journey across the table, so that way the people can see how it goes.
All right, so our current situation. Pull my board over here. So starting on your right flank, Arcane, we have the rabble that are sort of facing off across the rough terrain, but out of range. The Aetolian allies from Pyrrhus are holding back, leaving Pyrrhus hanging on his pike block flank. The pikes have engaged. The elephant has engaged. The skirmishers versus the heavy foot. And the Javcav trying to sneak around the end of the line, with Pyrrhus sitting back, waiting to see what happens.
Okay, perfect. Let's combat. I will start with the farthest combat, that one.
Okay, so I'll point to the, so I'm assuming there.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so the skirmisher is going to be a 2.
Okay.
And your guy is a 4.
Okay.
And you did beat him, but you didn't double him.
So they just retreat. Okay.
Yep.
Do I follow them? No.
You didn't double. If you were there are certain units that always follow, like knights, elephants. Everybody follows up if they double, unless you spent one of your hold the line cards.
That's it. Okay.
Right.
Perfect.
So in this case, you don't have to worry about it because you're not going to follow up.
Okay. Next one.
Now, he's a 1 because of the overlap.
Okay.
And you're a 4.
Okay. Perfect. That is a double.
He got 4 and you got 8. So now what happens is an evade where he'll fall back and then he goes straight back 4 MU.
4, okay.
Yep. So now he'll go back another 4 to evade. And in this case, you did double, so you will follow up.
Okay.
You can use a hold the line card if you want.
Is there any difference?
Those are the heavy foots.
Oh no, I'm sorry. These are the white guys.
They right. They are. The hold the line is for the red ones. Okay.
Red ones only. I forgot. These guys aren't the disciplined ones. Okay. So here we go. So
perfect.
He's going to follow up because he doubled. And the reason for that is because that's a skirmisher. He's got missile weapons. He didn't get close enough for you to actually catch him. That's why he evades instead of dies.
That makes sense. Okay.
All right. Now you have choices.
Okay. I assume I'm a 4 with the white guys, and a 5 with the red ones. Oh
well,
no.
This is a mounted. He's a 3.
He's a 3. Okay.
And by the way, the red guys would also be a 3 because they're elite, but they're trained to fight foot. There's no real difference here. You have a 3
against.
The elephant would be a 5, but he's overlapped down to a 4.
4. Okay. How about the pikes with the support?
Pike is going to be a little bit different. So pike get that rear support. So if you look on your chart, you'll see that pike, when they're receiving rear support, they get a +2. They normally start as a 3 versus foot, but they get +2 when they have a rear rank of pike.
Okay, so it's
fighting
it's a 5.
So they're 5. So here it's a 5 to 5. On this end, it's actually a 5 to 4 because you're elite foot flanking.
And I think the smart move will be start on my right flank and see how it goes.
Could be, yep. And then if you can push off enough pike, you can get a double overlap on the elephant.
That's it.
You hope.
I hope. I praise Mars.
5 to 4. Not looking.
Okay.
Oh, it worked.
It worked. Okay. And now I have to work twice.
Back. And close order, push back, close order. Open order, pass through, open order. So in this case, they're all pike. They just push back. And now you have the same thing. It's 5 to 4.
That's it.
Okay, so we're going here.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that's a draw.
Tied. Okay, so now the elephant is going to be a 4, and
Against
the
3.
heavy foot will be a 3.
Come on.
Ooh. And
Okay, draw.
draw.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay.
But keep in mind, the elephant doesn't shatter these formations, so it tends to be a pushing match until something bad happens. The elephant's not like a killer going to destroy everything, but it does have very high combat factors. So, all right, and that was Arcane's turn. So now it is the evil Pyrrhus's turn. Oh, look at that!
Oh, I'm shocked. I'm so shocked.
what a I assume for David's reaction, it's not the first time it happens.
This is when it usually happens. All right.
Wait a minute. We need to hold on. So we need to make sure we zoom in on.
Oh yeah.
On that.
Give me a second.
So we have a 1.
Can you show how the battle line? That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
So, as you can see,
pikes and
once
elephant.
the units engage, very staggered battle line now.
Okay, I'm going to explain a bit in Spanish,
Sure.
if that's okay. Vale,
No
chicos, pues lo que ha pasado es, he avanzado toda la línea, ese es el flanco derecho mío, he avanzado todo intentando contener un poco a esa horda que tenemos delante. Mi línea principal se ha enfrentado a los suyos, o haciendo huir a los escaramuzadores, y haciendo que se retrasen el otro escaramuzador y la línea de picas. Y bueno, vamos a esperar que este turno salga lo suficientemente bien para ver si luego podemos fastidiar un poco al elefante por el flanco o a los escaramuzadores si deciden volver. Ok.
All right, so I have 2 questions, Rod. How far away is my general stand from his heavy foot that is on the side of the elephant? No, my general to his heavy foot. How far is that?
You're in range.
Okay, that's question number 1.
Here, this sometimes helps if I leave these out on the table.
So my choice here is either to push up the allied hoplites to protect the pike's flank, or to move to attack with the general.
Well, they could get just to this back edge of the pike.
Yeah.
Column like that.
I think I will move the general in.
Okay. And so one of the other things about that evade, Arcane, is you notice that he got pushed back far enough that he can't protect it. He's no longer covering the elephant's flank. So that's the issue. So you want to push the general in?
Yep.
All right. So Pyrrhus finally goes in and does something.
Okay. I like that.
Okay.
And that's it.
Where would you like to start, Dave?
What's that?
Where would you like to start?
We'll start with Pyrrhus. He'll set the tone for the turn.
Oh, let me change. Oh, okay, there.
I'm going to try and put this into a slightly zoomed in version of that.
That would be perfect. Now I can change to the phone. Yeah, perfect, because the main action is happened there.
Pyrrhus. So Pyrrhus is a Jav Cav general, which means he starts at a 3 versus foot. He has no penalties, but he's a general, so he's a 4.
Okay.
Your guy starts at a 3 versus mounted, but he is overlapped because his side flank is now on an elephant.
So it's a 4 against 2.
What about the skirmisher?
The skirmisher is not close enough because you're fighting a 15 millimeter deep stand.
Okay.
So the skirmisher's back just a smidge from where the actual combat's taking place.
Okay.
Wait, what? My skirmishers were in a line, right? Or did mine fall back?
He
or
fell
did he
back.
Fall back?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, back. I got you.
So,
I got you.
Okay.
He's just desperately trying to hang on to any advantage. Okay?
Yeah, he's further back.
So
I'm worried. When I put my general in, I start getting worried.
You're right. You should get worried.
Come on, it's a 4 to 2. What could go wrong?
Well, you can roll a 1. Oh, that's a 3 against 7.
7. So double, that will kill him.
Okay.
And even better,
whoa,
is him to charge forward.
I like that.
This is partially what I was worried about.
He was just hoping to push you back gently. All right, so.
Okay.
But you won, Dave. What are you complaining about?
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I'm worried.
So we have our first blood. We have lost 3 points. And remember, for the audience watching at home, it's 16 points for victory.
Okay.
Yeah, so the elephant would be a good choice now.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so the elephant's going to be a 5, no longer overlapped.
Against
and
2.
Heavy foot will be a 2 because it's got the general.
Okay, that's nasty for me. Okay.
Let's see what happens. Oh, but the heavy foot rolled well.
Whoa, that's a draw, right?
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
So we have an 8 to an 8.
Okay. And then I guess the pike, or is that all we have left? Yeah.
Yep, it's going to be 4 to 5 again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Whoa.
10. 6.
Oh, I just go back. Okay.
Push the pike back.
What a shame.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that's what, if you watch my video on pike versus heavy foot and elite foot, this is what happens with this battle, is it just push and push and shove and push.
Yeah.
A lot of that. I'll keep the camera there for now because that's where all the action is.
I like that. If you can place the dice every time you roll, that'd be perfect because I have that. That's it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Here we go. So we have Roman's turn.
Yeah. Let's see.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can.
Darn it.
I felt it through the air.
Rod, here goes Rod with his extreme dice again.
So, I believe.
It's really not my fault, guys.
I only have one choice, so please charge with the general.
You gonna go general on general?
Yeah.
That's what I figured was coming.
Uh-oh.
And my pony is going to face your cavalry. Okay.
Well, the beauty of it is he's double overlapped.
Yep.
And here's the thing. Jav Cav are not as good against other mounted. So he's only a +2, +1 for the general normally.
So it could be 1 right now.
He'd only be a 3, but now he's a 1 exactly because you've got him double overlap. So he's a 1.
And I'd be the 3 because I'm 2 + 1.
And you normally would be a 2, but you're a 3 because you're a general. So it's 3 to 1.
Okay. This can be.
Where would you like to start? I'm assuming you want to start there just because, right? Or
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Please,
David,
please.
You okay there?
I'm watching.
Okay, that's it. 5 against 3. Oh, so close.
So
what a
close.
shame.
I saw that too. I thought I was dead.
I thought you were too initially. All right, so.
Would I pursue the
No, you didn't double him. You
didn't double. That's right.
Yep.
Okay.
And you're not a knight, so you're okay.
Well, at least my legionaries now are not that
Correct.
bad.
So now the elephants overlap, so he's going to be a 4, and your legion's going to be a 3.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, and look at that, you tied again.
Okay. Well, the
elephant
is it's like not focused with. Okay.
Now what do we do here? All right, so we're going to have Pyrrhus' turn. Ready for another extreme die roll, Dave?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh, look, it's just a normal die roll. There you go. I'll put it right behind your general, right up the rear end.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing happening on the rest of the battlefield. Everybody else is just sitting here watching, going, "Look, the generals are going at it."
I'd like to move my the rest of the army, but I cannot.
Rod, can you push the Allied hoplites up toward the flank of the?
If you want to do that, you want to get in line behind these guys.
Yeah.
All right, so you can get right to the corner as a column.
Yeah, that's good.
And you're lined up.
That would be the first.
So when Arcane pushes everybody back, you'll be in line.
Right.
Okay.
As I fall back. Yes.
As you fall back towards the shore where your boats are waiting for you to escape. That gives you 1. Now what do you want to do? You want to try that again?
No.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask.
All right. Just for fun, let's push the jab cav into the.
You're gonna. Okay, so we're gonna go over. We're gonna pan a little bit over here to the right. You want to take them in?
Yeah, just push them in.
Okay.
All right, here they go. So they basically would have wheeled to move forward, one pip move.
Okay.
We have 3 combats. Zooming in on the 3 combats. And Dave, where'd you like to start? Here or jab cav?
We could do the elephant first.
All right.
Okay.
Same as before. Elephants are 4.
Okay.
There's our 3. 6, 4. Now this time, the legion falls back, but the elephant comes forward.
Okay.
So elephants always come forward.
All right, so let's try the jab cav versus the light foot first.
Light foot?
Yeah.
The light foot will be a 2. All right, here we go. So we got +2 for the light foot versus +3 for the jab cav.
Uh-oh.
Oh, damn. Oh, that looks bad.
See, Rod, take a picture of that extreme dice there.
Okay,
That's
1.
documentation.
That's it, yeah.
But jab cav cannot be killed by light foot, can they?
You better double check.
I'm checking.
Where is it?
Oh, wait, they can. Dave, sorry. Yeah.
That's why I did that one first, because I had the advantage.
Okay.
So there are a lot of the heavy foot, the slower moving foot. Jab cav would do the evade like the skirmishers did, but light foot, anything
javelins.
with a weapon.
Yeah, they have javelins.
Elite foot, things with javelins can jab them right back.
Okay, that makes sense.
He got jabbed.
All right, so now the other one.
All right, so now we have a 3 to a 2.
2 to 2.
Okay.
However, these particular guys cannot kill him in a straight fight.
2 to 2.
2 to 2. Sorry. No. No. 3 to 2. 3.
They overlap.
You're
overlap. Are those heavy foot? I can't tell.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
Of course I am. So this time you got 2 is 8, and they have a 3, which is a 6, so they'll back up.
Okay.
Uh-oh, that's not what I wanted.
Why?
I wanted to get away.
No, you wanted to evade, so you can escape. Arcane wants you to stay right there so he can kill you. All right. Because he can't chase you down the field and win, so.
Okay. Okay, so.
Romans, ready?
Romans.
All right, big command points. Big command points.
2,
right?
please roll 2. I'm not asking for more. 3 would be nice. 3 would be nice.
Oh, it's spinning.
Oh, damn. No!
I'm going to blame my shoulder. It's my shoulder.
Okay. Please, the next time roll with the other hand.
I'm going to roll left-handed.
Okay. So, what
I
can
helped you out over here. All right. So, what do you want to do?
Let me think. So, my general is not overlapping the elephant, right?
No, he's just a little bit. He's a smidge back, just like his skirmisher were. You could bring the general in.
Yeah, bring the general and please align it with the other heavy foot.
One other option is you can also bring the heavy foot over because he's within. It's a 2 MU move, even though he's in Zoc.
Yeah, but that makes.
I'm just saying it's an option. I'm not saying it's the one I would choose. I'm just saying it is an option.
No, because maybe the skirmishers could flank my both my heavy foot and my. So no, please line with the other one, the one that is in front.
The one that's in front.
Yeah,
got it.
In case the general is going to charge with the other guy.
I understand completely. Okay, so.
Okay.
We have. I don't know if Larry can hear this, but Larry, stop texting me. You suck. I'm using my phone right now, and I'm trying to watch the video, and he's texting me, "You suck." So that's great. That's one of our other Triumph players who's obviously watching the feed now.
Okay.
All right, so we have one combat, the elephant, which is now double overlapped.
Okay.
3-3.
3-3. Okay.
Not expecting much here, but who
Race
knows?
Mars. That's not good.
Well, wait a minute.
Well, it's not doubled. That's nice.
It's 5-9, so you'll pull back.
Okay, and the elephant pursue.
And the elephant will pursue. So eventually the elephant's going to end up pursuing you right off the table.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
I will hide in my camp, my fortified camp.
Might have to do that.
Okay. Okay. Now it's the moment to roll another one.
Correct. Got it. Okay, so I have my instructions. Here we go, Dave.
Yeah.
4. I tried. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
All
if I lose, which I planned to because I don't know how to play this, I can blame you. So that's nice.
That's exactly what everybody else does. So you'd be right in with the club. So.
Okay, great.
All right.
But if they win, it's always their brilliant strategy, just so you know.
Rod, can you push the pike block in?
Okay. That's one.
All right.
The pikes are going in.
Can you push the hoplites in?
Oh, yeah, they're in range, so they can go in. That'll take you to 2.
Okay.
Now, in this case, we will have a combat between 2 units that care in rough terrain.
Okay.
You have 2 left, Dave.
Okay. Can you push the rabble forward? How far forward can the rabble go? Can you show me?
Right there.
On the other side? I care about the other side more.
Okay.
I don't really care about those guys. Okay. Just forget them.
Okay. You want me to move the camera out of the way a little bit? Here you go. I'll back it up a little bit.
Okay. Perfect.
Let's push the skirmisher and the general into combat over there. That'll cost the last 2, I think. Yeah.
Because they are
So
not
general going in,
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
and skirmisher's going in.
I have a lot of confidence in your dice. Let's do it.
All right. That's actually, you still got 1 left.
I thought they were they a group? I thought they were separate.
They were.
Oh, no, they
were
weren't.
in a
You're
line.
right. They were
in a
separate.
line.
They're separate. Yep. So that's it. All right. Where do you want to start?
I'll start with the pike next to the elephant.
Pike next to the elephant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to be a 5, and the lead foot will be a 4 because of the elephant, Arcane.
Okay.
Here we go. But they don't really care.
Whoa. Okay. That's nice.
Well, that didn't work.
That didn't work.
What's
But as
the
you can see, even with that extreme dice exchange, it's still just a push.
What's the point of being impetuous if I can't ever push anyone back?
You have to win, Dave.
All right.
You impetuously backed up. So there you go.
Now I'm a little more worried. Can you do the other pike there?
The other pike. All right. So the other pike are going to be a 4 to Arcane's 5.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay. I see his.
You have a
1.
double 1.
Okay. Snake eyes. That's nice. I'm not asking
Okay,
for
now
more. Okay.
want to go in the rough.
You might as well finish this off. It doesn't look so good.
So they're going to be heavy foot. The heavy foot started at a 4 versus foot. They're overlapped. They're a 3, and they're in rough terrain, so they're a 1. The elite foot are 5, but they're in rough terrain, so they're a 3. So it's 3 to 1. Oh, but you did better that time.
Okay.
So 7 to 6.
So I go back.
Yep. Nothing
Okay.
terribly exciting happening when heavy foot are slugging it out.
Okay.
So something bad happens, really bad, like a hole. Where next?
The general.
The general.
Of course.
Okay, so your Javcav general, he starts out at A4, he stays at A4.
Well, no, he's against
mounted.
mounted.
Sorry. Three, because it's versus mounted.
Against 2. Okay.
Starts out at a 3, stays at 3, no overlap. Bad horse general would have been a 3, he's down to a 2.
Okay.
3 to 2. Uh-oh.
Damn.
Uh-oh.
6, 7, doubled.
And killed. Okay.
Yep.
Is that a problem?
Well, it can be.
It can be, okay.
Because now, remember the command control radius?
Mm-hmm.
Everything's out of command now. So it's going to be +1 command point to do anything.
Okay.
Because you're effectively out of command.
Okay.
Doesn't end the game because you're only down. He was a 3-point stand. If you're only down 6 points, you still got 10 points that you could lose.
Okay.
He's got 4. So it's really 6 to 4 as far as the scoring goes. We still got to do the elephant and the skirmisher. Dave?
Sure, the elephant's good.
Elephant. Okay, so now you have a slight advantage because you do actually have an overlap there. So you're going to be a 2 for the heavy foot, and the elephant's overlapped by these elite foot, so the elephant's going to be a 4. 6-1. So
You almost killed my elephant.
8 to 5. You're gonna end up being back.
I don't like that. I wanted to flank the elephant.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Okay.
If it had been for the overlap, you would have eventually.
All right, there's a skirmisher there still.
Yep, and the skirmisher is going to be a 2 to the 3 because this guy is now overlapped.
Okay.
4, 4.
It's a lot of 1.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Roman's turn, right?
Roman's turn. Please roll a 6 or more.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, damn.
Hey.
That ought to be worth that 20 euros you promised me, Arkham.
Tell Larry to stick it, Rod.
Okay.
Larry can stick it. I don't know if he's on the comments. I can't pay attention to those while I'm running the game, so
I don't know.
he's probably saying terrible things about me on the comments. All right, here we go.
Okay. I'm going to ask because the only rulebook I know similar is DBA, so I have to ask if yeah,
if you do the surround them, oh yeah, that works really good. An important thing that's different from what you played before is in order to be in flank contact with this guy, all you have to do is cover his flank with your front edge. So you could be like that. You could also be like that.
Oh.
But the
Or anywhere in between.
But the concept, or anywhere in between, as long as his entire front edge is covered,
okay,
you're in combat. So if you do this, like you're thinking, probably that's 2 command points. Now he has no retreat.
Okay, that's 4 command points.
He's dead.
So Rod,
yeah, but that would be 4. Actually, yes, you're right because you don't have a general.
Okay.
Rod, put the heavy foot back for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Put it back for a sec. So if you just did the light foot arcane,
yes,
and hit the jab cav in the flank, the jab cav suffers a -1 because you're hitting it in the flank.
Okay.
And it does not turn. Internet's bad. It does not turn to face you.
Unless it loses.
So after the next combat, unless it loses the combat. So anytime you hit someone in the flank or rear, they get -1 when they fight. In this case, you may want to spend the extra amount to charge in the front also to make sure you kill them.
Okay.
I just wanted to point it out.
Okay.
Yep. That's a significant difference in that you don't turn automatically. You fight as is. You get a -1.
That makes
if you
sense.
were to lose in that particular situation, you would have turned and fallen back. If you couldn't turn, you're dead because
Okay.
of something in the way. And if after you turn you couldn't fall back, you're also dead.
Okay.
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 So that's going to take you down to 2, but yet you can still do one thing.
And that will be okay. Can you close the camera to the, because I'm not sure is my legionaries on rough terrain right now? The one,
This one is not.
it's not. Okay. Okay.
But if he goes into the rough, you'll have that 3-to-1 advantage in combat because he starts at a 5 and these guys are overlapped starting at a 4. So
Okay.
might be a good. I'm not sure.
It is. Yeah. Okay. Move it forward, please.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Where would you like to start?
I don't really care. The cavalry is okay.
Okay. So the cavalry starts at a 3. It's been hit in the flank, which counts as an overlap on that side. So that's going to take it down to a 2.
Okay.
And you're a 3 and you stay a 3. So it's 3-to-2. And you beat them.
Okay.
So they're dead. And that puts you at 8 points killed versus 6 dead on your side.
Okay.
But the general is arguably more painful.
Yeah.
So these guys, once again, they started at a 4. They're overlapped to a 3 -2 because part of the combat edge is in the rough. So they're going to be a 1.
Okay.
Your guys are a 5 -2 because of the rough terrain.
Okay.
So it's 3-to-1. 7-to-2.
Okay.
So they are doubled. Whoops. And now the question is, do you want to hold the line
Yes.
with one of your cards?
Yes.
Okay. So if you spend a hold the line card, he doesn't charge forward.
Okay.
Okay. So that card's spent. We'll put it over here. All right. And we have one more combat, the dreaded skirmisher versus heavy foot.
All right. I forgot about that.
I forgot about those two. Locked in deadly combat.
Okay.
So a 2 to a 3 because of the overlap from the jack tab. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
8-5.
I go back. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Pyrrhus' turn. Here we go. Uh-oh.
So Ron, how many? I've lost a lot of points now, haven't I?
Yeah, you're down 8 plus 3. Yeah, you're down 11 points.
Wow, the Jav Cav didn't fare very well. Oh well.
No.
All right.
So let's put the losses out just so people can see.
Okay.
We got 2 dead Jav Cav and a heavy foot killed for Pyrrhus. And then a heavy foot and the bad horse general. So that's only 6 points. But this is 8 plus 3, 11.
Okay.
So technically, Arcane, it may not feel like it, but you're winning.
It doesn't feel like it because I see the elephant coming.
This could end up being the definition of a Pyrrhic victory here. So let's see
Yep.
how Dave does with his 6 command points.
Uh,
Time to get all exciting, right?
maybe. It's hard to say.
Smart money says just push everything forward, Dave.
Yep.
Well, I should definitely charge the elephants forward into the heavy foot. So why don't you
Think
do
so?
that?
All right, so
Yeah.
that's 2. All right. Still have 4 left.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna do much for me, but I will push the pike up.
Okay.
I do think it's
Wait.
good for you.
It
I think it's
Well, it hasn't done much for him so far.
hasn't done much yet, but it could work in theory.
with the elephant flank. I think it can work.
Well,
Yeah.
even if he pushes this guy back, unless he kills him, which isn't likely,
That's right.
he's still going to have a flank on the elephant. So
All right, Rod, can you flank the heavy foot with the Javcav general?
this heavy foot,
Yes.
I can, but I think it's kind of mean. And I assume you want to do it that way, right?
I have a fallback, correct?
Yes, if you do it exactly on the corner.
Okay,
If you do it like
that
we
works.
talked about earlier.
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay, I'm just asking. I'm not playing. I'm just moving the figures for you guys, remember? So I can't assume that that's how you wanted to do it, but it's how I would do it.
All
Okay,
right.
so that's
I
you're
have 2
down
left.
to 2.
All right, I have 2 left. Can you move the skirmisher that's been forgotten, who evaded? Can you move him toward
I think
the
he's
light?
happy. He's happy where he's at.
Can you move him toward the light foot without blocking the fallback of the other skirmisher?
Like something like that.
Yeah, he wants to be facing toward the light foot. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
If he can protect the flank of the skirmisher, it would be good, but I can't tell really.
He can if he blocks the fallback.
Well, he can do it probably without blocking the fallback. He might not be able to.
I got to pull him back a little bit. He's just barely protecting it. Yeah.
Okay. And then the last thing I'm
you
gonna
catch that. So essentially, he's projecting.
Okay.
I got to actually turn him more. I got to pull him back more. He's projecting a little bit of zone into that area so that nobody can swing in on that skirmisher at that location. But not much. He's barely doing.
All right, and so I feel like the rabble have been left out of the battle. So why don't you push the rabble group forward?
They are feeling left out. Yes. Because going in against the elite foot and equal amount of rabble sounds like a good idea, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Where would you like to start? The mighty pachyderm?
The pike next to the elephant.
Okay. Here?
Yeah.
All right. Do I have a good camera shot there, Arcane? Is that good, or pull it up a little bit?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. Here we go. So we have 5 to 4. Pike
Okay.
advantage. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Wow.
that's a problem.
There are those extreme dice again.
Okay.
You know, it's the new extreme sport. Extreme dice. All right. Unfortunately, that kills an elite foot. Ouch. All right.
Okay.
Sooner or later, if you play with pointy sticks, something gets hurt. Where do you want to go now?
So the rear rank of the pike pursued because it provided rear support.
Because it provided rear support.
Okay.
Let's just do the other pike.
All right. So the other pike, we have 4 on 4 because they're both overlapped. The elite foot are
Okay.
overlapped and the pike overlap. And we got to push back.
Okay.
So in this case, once again, and the pike will pursue because they're getting rear support, so they pursue.
All right, now we'll do the elephant.
Now you want to do the elephant.
Yeah.
I believe you got that lucky. All right, so the elephant starts at a 5. Nothing's affecting him anymore. The heavy foot would have been a 3. It's a 2 because of the jab cab general. So 2 to 5. Not even looking. Uh-oh.
Oh. Okay.
And the elephant charges forward. So we now have 13 dead
13
Romans.
points.
13
Okay.
points. It's not dead. They're not dead yet. Not over yet.
Okay.
So it's 13 to 11.
Let's roll the
Let's see
command
what we can
points.
get.
2
I'll let you do 2
lasers.
things.
Okay, I can do 2 movements.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. Are the rebel group in combat?
Well, Well,
they?
you could get the rabble. You could go into combat with at least one elite foot
And the rabble.
and the rabble.
Do it, please.
Okay, so you can go here. Yeah, I would let the rabble do that. Wheel in and come in and slide.
Okay.
That would be it. We still have this combat and then this new combat with rabble on rabble action. So where do you want to start?
Rod, your mic went kind of weird. I can't hear you now.
You're low.
You know?
Something changed.
Your volume is too low.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we do hear you, but kind of.
It's nothing that I did on this side. Let's see.
No?
There's no settings that I can change on this side.
Weird.
I think it's probably Larry. That's who I'm going to blame.
Okay, we agree. Okay,
right.
Then let's start with the pike because.
Okay, it's not affected by this combat. So you're going to be a 5 down to a 4, and they're going to also be a 5 down to a 4.
Okay.
Go. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I go back?
You go back.
Okay.
So another base step back, and the pike will end up pursuing. So we have this nice pike coming forward formation.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk about your rabble on rabble action.
Okay, can you change the camera a little bit so it faces the...
That's right. We haven't had any action on this side of the battlefield, have we?
Okay. So let me look at the rabble combat bonus.
They're a mighty 2.
Mighty 2, okay.
Mighty 2. They are a very impressive 2. So even these elite foot who don't like being in the rough terrain
are better than them.
5 go to a 3.
Okay, I'm going to start on the other side.
The rabble do panic against the elite foot.
Correct. So the elite foot wouldn't kill them, but it can panic them, which sends them back here facing the wrong way.
Okay.
But the rabble can kill the rabble. So here, this rabble would be a 2
against 1. Hey, let's start then.
Okay. So we have a 2 to 1.
No, actually, I'm sorry. No, yeah. Let's start then. Yeah.
Start there. Okay.
2 to 1.
Right. 2 to 1. Oh man.
You're not helping.
I'm not gonna look because I know Larry's texting more, or he's probably typing in the comments now that I suck. So he's dead.
Okay.
And this rabble charges forward.
Okay.
This is very exciting.
Well, let's start now with the elite foot. Yeah.
Okay. So the elite foot is going to be a 3
to 2.
To 2.
Okay.
And the elite foot gets a 7 to 8.
Okay.
These must be elite allied rabble.
They're elite allied rabble, correct. So
okay, let's make that one, yeah.
Okay. Painful either way we go. So it's still 2 to 1. When you're throwing +2 +1, it's all in the dice. So.
Yeah, it is. I know it.
Uh-oh.
I kind of feel attacked with
Right.
If David is paying you, I can pay more.
I think we're gonna have to play the next game in Spain. So we'll just roll the last one, which will be a 2 to 0. And we have a
and there you go.
5 to 2 doubled.
Okay.
Rabble overrun.
So I think I'm done because
yeah.
Okay.
So
congratulations, David.
Good game, Arcane.
Good game.
So it was really close right up until the rabble overrun.
I was worried if you rolled the dice the reverse way, he would have won the battle.
That's it. That's what I hoped.
Either way, that would have been fun. That would have been fun. So
that's the thing is that what people don't realize is when the low quality troops start fighting, crap falls apart real fast because somebody's probably going to die. When it's these guys fighting, they can fight all day. You know, so the heavies and elites, they'll push back and forth all day, but these guys are pretty brittle. So when the rabble get into it, and the light troops that don't have the evade capability, like the rabble or horde, things happen pretty quick.
So Rod, what was the final point total for anyone watching?
We've got 6 points worth of rabble. We have 10, so that's 16, 19 to 11.
Okay.
Okay.
So good game, Arcane. I did tell Dave that he's supposed to let you win the first one, but he just totally didn't pay attention to my instructions.
Well,
what was it? I just wanted a good game. It was a good game.
It was. I really enjoyed it. I think it was fair, and it was all on the dice most of the time, so it's okay because some of the I really liked it. I really liked it. It's really complete. It has many different features that I didn't know, and I like the terrain, how it's placed. I really like that, and the fact that you have many different bases that I didn't play with, but you still can use the ones we have for DBA, so that's really useful.
Really there's useful. Some of the armies are different. There's additional bases, but I mean, we have guys that play with Sabbat bases. So like, let's say they have they don't have rabble mounted. You know, they maybe have some light troops they want to use as rabble. They might put a additional base under them so they can play with them as is instead of rebasing. Some of the armies are almost exactly the same as some of the old WRG basing, and some of them are quite a bit different. So like my Romans are almost the same. These are new troop type basically. Yeah. But my classical Indians are completely revamped because I had a classical Indian DBA army, which was essentially English longbow. I mean, that's what classical Indians are, is they're English longbow with some mounted. And when I remounted them for Triumph, they're a very different army because they're bow levy, which is crappy bow. So it's kind of like the rabble with bow.
Okay.
And they're a bunch of horde. So there's a whole bunch of horde, bow levy, and then of course the other thing about Triumph that's different, we didn't try that today, is we actually have chariots. So in Triumph, the chariots are not the same as the other mounted. They act differently.
I saw that we only have in Triumph one kind of chariots. Am I right?
Yes.
Well, we have a chariot, and we have battle taxi.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Battle taxi is different than a chariot. So battle taxi is like a Celtic or a Mycenaean Greek chariot where the hero's riding up, jumping out, fighting, and then leaving.
Like the goal.
So it has a little bit different impact than like a cavalry unit. They're kind of like a low impact infantry that has a lot of evade capability. So the hero in the chariot can get away. He doesn't have a really big impact because he's not. It's a smaller group of guys.
Okay. He's maneuverable.
He's maneuverable. Chariots are very different in Triumph, and I love chariots in Triumph because the chariots are designed to be. A chariot is one that was used as a missile platform, so it means specifically kind of like the horsebow. They ride up, and they're shooting from a distance, but they're not getting close enough that the normal foot troops that don't have missile weapons are really going to catch them. So they have that evade capability.
Okay.
So they have a lower impact than some of the other mounted because they don't come in and impact, but they also have a shatter ability like knights. And what that represents is if the chariots ride up and they start shooting your formation and your formation doesn't hold, then they ride you down.
Well, if I had to pick a single period for Triumph where I enjoy the games the most, it's the biblical period. The way chariots are modeled in the game, they feel like lords of the battlefield. They are, and that was by design. They're just a blast to play. And when you combine that with some of the cheap, poor quality foot types,
you got a lot of these guys. You get a lot of these guys in biblical, and then you get a lot of low levy in biblical.
And so, you know, the battles are very dynamic in the biblical period for sure.
Okay, that's really nice. I enjoyed it so much. So thank you guys. I really
anybody have any questions that we got so wrapped up in who was going to win? Is there any questions that we need to answer that you got on your team? And if you need to talk to your guys in Spanish, please do.
Oh yeah, I'm going to finish the video in Spanish if that's okay. Well, I hope we can play again this way. Before starting with the mod, we have to talk about that. And what I think this is all about is that we are definitely going to make a tabletop simulator mod for Triumph, so we can play worldwide with anyone, and that's really nice. We managed to do that with DBA, and I really feel like the community is more active. So if we can do it with Triumph, that would be really, really, really good. So thank you guys. I think this would be all for today.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Arcane.
Arcane, appreciate it.
Thank you. For the rest of you, if you have any question, any recommendation for the videos, or if you wanna say something, you can use this video comments. You can go to our Facebook, Discord channels, and the other thing I have to say is that all help we can get from the community will be welcomed. If you wanna join the develop team, that would be really nice. Now I'm going to say goodbye in Spanish for all the people who is looking. So thank you guys for the last time.
All right.
Ok, pues nada chicos, muchísimas gracias por haber estado todo el vídeo, haberlo visto, los que lo estáis viendo en diferido. Lo he disfrutado un montón, he perdido al final contra David 19-11, si no me equivoco, con un general caído, por supuesto. Y nada, el objetivo de esto es hacer un mod para TTS que no sé cuánto va a durar, y en hacerse esperemos tenerlo lo más pronto posible, y probablemente juguemos más partidas y hagamos alguna otra cosilla con los mods una vez los empecemos a desarrollar. Nada, cualquier cosa que tengáis que decir, recomendar o preguntar, podéis usar este mismo link. Ellos mismos van a estar pendientes de contestaros preguntas técnicas del reglamento. Y eso es todo. Así que muchísimas gracias y hasta la próxima. Well guys, thank you so much. Let's see if we can manage to make, if you are agree with it, I'd like to play again like this
Sure.
from time to time.
Absolutely, yeah.
We do these games from time to time. The 15mm one's very easy for me to do because I can do it sitting down and it doesn't really change. We also have done some Grand Triumph battles.
Okay.
And we made videos of some of those, or some we just play for fun. Those are easier when I have assistants helping me move all the troops. So yeah, we can play. I actually have, there's some guys in Rome.
Okay.
I believe in Rome, in Italy, that are lined up. Enrico and a couple of his friends have asked to do a battle as well, so I'm going to do one for them. And we've done some battles for some guys from some of the players in Germany.
Okay.
So we really do have people playing the game all over the world, and
that's really
we're going to have to host it. So
that's really nice. Well, whenever you can and you want, we can do this again, and that will be really, really nice.
Okay, well, we'll send out a message. We'll get it on the schedule. So
Okay.
hopefully we can do it in person someday.
I hope that.
You can see where everything is just slower doing it this way because we just have to talk through everything.
Yeah, this battle should have been an hour, including terrain setup, pretty easily, but obviously slower
on the second
way.
or third game where I would probably read all the rulebook, and with this tutorial that I played, I think we are going to play faster. But actually, it's been 2 hours for a tutorial online game, so I think that's really, really nice.
Yep.
Really.
All right.
Okay, guys.
Thanks again, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
See you next time.
Thanks, Rod.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye bye.